Yeah, so recording is there in place.
Okay.
So just take a look at this question meanwhile, right, while Dharma joins us. Each AWS region consists of multiple isolated and physically separate logical data centers. That's right, no? Correct? This sentence?
Yeah, right. I'm back.
Dharma, you're back, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
the question is, each AWS region consists of multiple isolated and physically separate logical data centers within a geographic area having independent power, cooling, physical security, and is connected via redundant ultra low latency networks. What are these logical data centers called?
Geographic regions.
Availability zones.
Dharma says availability zones. What about you, Nataras?
I will read one more time.
Yeah, sure, please. Yeah, Nataraj, you're saying something?
Availability regions.
Availability regions.
Yes.
See, we have so far learned only two things. One is region.
Region and the zone.
Another thing is availability zone. Only two things we have learned.
Yes.
There's nothing like availability region.
Yeah, that word is totally new.
Yeah. Nothing like availability region, Nataraj. So
Yes.
each AWS region, right, consists of multiple isolated and physically separate logical data centers within a geographic area having independent power, cooling, physical security, and is connected via redundant ultra low latency, 10 millisecond latency, less than that. So what are these logical data center called? So we have concept of data center, and then we have a concept of logical data center, correct?
Yeah.
So each region are consisted of availability zone, right?
Correct.
It's just saying that each AWS region consists of what? Consists of availability. Zones. Yeah. So this will be the correct answer. B will be the correct choice.
Yes.
Availability zones. Yeah. Now the next question. Which of the following best describes IaaS, infrastructure as a service? Right. So just think and tell me.
Maybe it's B.
So Dharma says B.
Yes. Yes.
Nataraj, you
It's
also
B.
say
Yeah.
B. Okay. Okay. So which of the following best describes IaaS? Customers get an interface through which they just need to define environment required for their application. So
That
if
is
they
PaaS.
that is PaaS. Now customers subscribe for using metered units of a service provider's compute, storage, networking resources. So you are paying for a subscription, and then based on the utilization of these resources, right, you are using it. So here you require flexibility, right, to get the compute, increase, decrease, storage, this, that, all those things. So that is IaaS. Now you have customers pay rental for end user access to software applications. SaaS. Next one. Just see, look at it. So here you have to choose three answers.
Three answers. Yes.
So just try to see one by one.
Maybe B, C, D.
Yeah, BCE.
B, C, and E. B for Bombay.
Yeah, B for Bombay.
C
C
and E.
and E. That is my option. I think Dharma is having some BCD, I guess.
Yeah, B, C, D.
C, E for Nataras, and then Dharma for you.
For D.
B, C, D.
B, C, D. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's see. So, which of the following are direct benefits of server awareness? So, greater security of application. So, this is not relevant, right?
Yeah, security anyway we need to give for even visualize and not visualize, we definitely need to give.
Yeah, correct. So, virtualization will not increase the service that security or something, right?
No.
Even it will be little more risky. Say like if one VM is compromised, then other VM will not be compromised. But if hypervisor is compromised, all VMs will be compromised.
Okay.
So security not relevant. Now efficient high density use of resources. So both of you say that B is the choice. So that's correct, right? So as we have been discussing about the server consolidation and the utilization of the hardware. So efficient high density use of the resources. So that is perfectly all right. Now the C, elastic design of applications. So that C is not the correct choice because no application design will have no impact on this no, that application design
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
will not be impacted by virtualization. So because that is relevant to the design who has designed the application, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think
virtualization
it's
will not impact it. Now remaining two options, right? So obviously those two will be correct no?
Yes.
So reduced capital expenses and operational expenses. So capital expenses in terms of say like you don't have to invest on so many systems, and operational expenses in terms of if you have less machines in your data center, less maintenance.
yes, yes, of course.
So operational expenses also will reduce the AC charges, cooling, arrangements and others. So data center cost and space related rental. So everything will be reduced. So that is operational and capital expenses. That is good. Now faster provisioning of applications and resources. So that is like you don't have to depend on the hardware a lot, right? So there will be flexibility, and you can quickly provision a virtual machine, and quickly you can say like install the applications and all. So this is faster. So this E is correct answer.
Okay.
Correct answer is B, E,
D, E.
and E. Okay. So now a little bit of hands-on, right? To begin with, we can do sign up for our AWS account, right? And then we can do some kind of basic hands-on, right? So not this hands-on would be like a very simple one, right? So you don't require any deep knowledge or something, just to get a hang of how AWS works, right? So but in detail we will be again explaining, or learning about all these things. So now let's begin with signing up for AWS free tier account, right? So the website for it is aws.amazon.com. So here you can simply say AWS.
In the parallel, we can also create, right?
Yeah. I have already multiple account. So simply, you just go to this website, aws.amazon.com. So
create AWS account, right?
Yeah. So I will just go to another. Yeah. See, this is the site, correct? aws.amazon.com. See, now reinvent is going on. No, coming up next week. Okay, so here for me, I have like coming because of cookies. No, the options will be different. If you're trying for the first time, you'll have create account or something, right? So you just create your account. For me, it will give me the sign in choices, right? Using the root account. Here, this is the here also you will get the option. Create a new AWS account. So please go through it, right? Please go through creation of the account. Enter all these details, right? AWS accounts include 12 months of free tier access, right? So you have all these things you can use. Just go through it.
Yeah, it is showing some personal or professional account type.
Yeah, choose personal.
Okay.
Dharma, you're creating a new account, right?
Harish, so which one we need to do?
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm still in the first page, so I need to. I'm still in the first page.
This page only, whatever is visible for me.
No. I'm before that, so I need to click the complete sign up, right?
You just go to this. Create.
Complete sign up.
You are still here on this page?
Yeah, complete sign
How
up.
to?
Correct.
No complete sign up.
No.
Just,
AW,
yeah, click on that. Click on that.
Harish, I clicked complete sign up actually.
Yeah, click that. You might have tried earlier, so it will say complete sign up. Otherwise, it will say no sign in.
Yeah.
So it will depend.
okay. But for me, maybe I did it.
You have this page.
It's asking me complete sign up.
Yeah, click
Okay,
on
just
complete
click it.
sign up. Click on complete sign up.
Yeah, wait.
Now, let
Yeah,
me know
click
if
it,
you
yeah.
are on this page.
Yes. I'm in this page. Yes.
Okay, now click on create a new AWS account. Create a new AWS account.
It should be with the root user, right?
No. Simply say create. Doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. When you click on this all things doesn't matter. Click on create a new AWS
Okay.
account. Yeah.
Okay.
So once you say create, you will come to this page. You got this page. You are ahead of this page, right, Nataraj?
Actually, when I click complete sign up, I got different page.
So you got this page or not? Like whatever page I am showing now?
No, not this.
Okay. So what is the page?
Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the same page what you are showing, so I just fill the accounts. I will just fill the values.
Okay. So
Okay, let me do from scratch.
So Nataraj, you just try again. Which browser you are using?
Chrome, Google Chrome.
Okay, good. You just go to aws.amazon.com.
Yeah.
And click on whatever options you are getting there. Sign in, sign
Complete.
up.
When I click complete sign up, it is showing contact information.
What it is showing?
Contact information.
Oh, so good. Now you are. It's asking like kind of this information only, right?
Yeah.
Just enter.
Yeah. Okay. Country region is India, right? So I have to give my own address, everything, right?
Yeah, correct. So some confidential information may be there because the session is getting recorded. So better you do it offline. Yeah.
I clicked it. It's asking this contact information. Do I need to fill it up?
Yeah, just give the contact details, some
This is
basic
asking
details.
professional or personal. When I make it personal, is okay.
Yeah, personal. You choose personal.
I can give from phone numbers and all, right?
Yeah. You can share your email address, phone number, all the details.
Okay. In the down check here to indicate that
Pardon, Nataraj?
Dharma, can you mute, please? Hello, Dharma.
Dharma, you can go on mute.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. So yeah, tell me, Nataraj.
Okay. It is showing in the down like agreement check. Check here to indicate that you have read and agree the terms
Yeah.
AISPL customer
Yeah.
agreement.
Yeah, agree.
Okay. So here it is asking credit card or debit card number.
Yeah. So you need to choose, like give option, credit or
Payment
debit card.
information, right?
Yeah, you have to enter the debit card or credit card, whatever you want to give to them.
Okay.
So we need to give that, Harish?
Yeah.
Okay. So it won't be misused, right?
No, nothing will be misused.
Okay. Little afraid to give credit card.
So simply, if if you automate it, they will just deduct if there is any amount that you are using beyond free tier, whatever things they are offering. Apart from that, if you are using it extra, right, so there will be some small billing, maybe 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, whatever, based on your utilization. So that means if you pay once in the beginning, then you can automate it. So they will deduct it automatically from your credit card. So for that billing purpose it is. So otherwise you have to pay it manually. So some small uses if it goes
here we need to select PAN information or not required.
Yeah, PAN you can enter. PAN information is needed. Yeah.
So do we need to give PAN number? Is it mandatory?
Yeah, PAN is required. Great.
Okay.
Harish, when I try to do with a debit card, it is showing verification failed.
So your debit card may not be having overseas transactions option.
Okay.
So no, because they will try for another country, right? So that permission may not be there.
Okay.
You have any other credit card or something?
No. Okay. I think I will contact with the bank for making this.
Yeah, correct. So you can ask them to authorize this overseas transaction. So they will deduct some 2 rupees and then they will refund it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to contact them now?
No, I will contact later also. This I can do later also, right?
Yeah, then I can show you the demo and then hands-on you won't be able to do. For doing hands-on, maybe you can go on mute and you can call them up. right?
Let me try with some other card.
Yeah, you see if other options are available there. Yeah, please. So Dharma, it's moving for you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the verification code. Yeah.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, my identity has been verified successfully. Continue.
Okay.
I think then it says select a support plan.
Yeah. So what
Yeah,
are
I
the
think
options?
they deducted 2 rupees from my card.
Yeah, they will deduct 2 rupees. They will refund it. They will refund no by tomorrow.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So just for confirmation, I suppose.
Yeah, just they are checking whether it is a valid card or not.
Okay. Yeah, it's a basic plan, developer plan, business plan is there. So we can choose free.
Free tier, yeah, correct. Yeah.
So how much they allow in this free tier?
Different limits are there, right? So
Mm-hmm.
depends on the uses. Say like EC2 instance, they will give you some 750 hours, right?
Okay, 750
So
hours.
750 hours they will give
Oh,
you
okay.
per month. So say like in month, if you do a calculation, right? So you will have like how many? Like you will have say like 24 hours a day into maximum of 31 days, right, in a month, right? So you say like 744 hours, right? So even
Yeah.
if you run that particular instance for continuously, throughout the month, it will not be
Mm-hmm.
consumed.
Sorry, we have to. I have to select basic plan, right?
Yeah, choose basic. Yeah.
Okay.
So you are getting 750 hours. So you can just start one EC2 instance and you can continue to run it. So
Okay, that if I'm continuously using, then only if I log out and for example, if daily I use 1 hour or 2 hours, something like that,
yeah,
then
if you
only
use
that
only
will be
1 hour or
calculated, right?
something, so remaining will be kept for you. Maybe on say like today you are using only for 4 hours, and tomorrow you are running say like 5 machines together. 5 machines together for 4 hours. So that will be
Okay.
20 hours.
So, sorry,
So like that.
Harish, sorry. What
Yeah.
is the role I have to select?
Just choose some academics or some kind of
Academic.
yeah,
Okay.
research or something. Yeah, choose something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interested is DevOps or what?
Interested in what are the options you are having?
AI, machine learning, big data analytics, content delivery, enterprise applications, DevOps, gaming, storage, mobile applications, migration, learning and certification.
Yeah, you are interested in certification and learning, right?
Yes.
Choose that one better.
Okay.
Yeah, it says thank you.
Perfect.
So now we have to sign into the console.
Yeah, you can log into the console. Just now you try aws.amazon.com one more time. You go to the or you just click this option. This icon is done, AWS.
Yeah, sign into console. So root user IAM user the same thing, right? The first page what you have seen.
Yep, correct.
Root user, right?
Yeah, so you also got
Yeah.
address?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you choose root user and mention your email address for now.
Okay.
IAM user, I'll explain you later. Okay. So AWS Management Console. So you got this particular page, right? So root user, you just mention your email address here and say next. Email address that you have chosen for creating the account, right? Mention that. Enter the password.
Yeah, I just logged in successfully.
Perfect. So
yeah, it's going to the console, AWS Management Console.
you
You can
got
see
this
that.
screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So here it will show you your email ID or something.
Yeah, I given my name also, so it's
Yeah.
showing that one.
Okay. Yeah. So it will show you the account name, right? So here, no, if you just click on that, you can see all the details.
It
Right?
comes to this OGO region. Huh?
Yeah. So by default, no. See, these are the regions.
Yeah, okay.
So see, Northern Virginia, Ohio, yeah, North California, Oregon, Cape Town, Hong Kong. See, I have chosen Mumbai,
Okay.
Asia Pacific,
Okay.
Mumbai, AP South 1.
Okay, let me
Right?
select that.
So Mumbai is the
So we can
nearest
also
one.
choose that, huh?
Yeah, you can choose Mumbai region. This is nearby us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it will be,
Yeah.
lower latency, it will be good. So you select that Mumbai region. Right? So we'll do some small
Yeah.
hands-on. We'll do some small hands-on. What is the that? So sign up. Now creating a bucket. So now
Hmm.
there is something called S3. Just type S3 in that services. You see, these are the list of services here. You see the services, so many services, right? See, so many services.
Yeah.
So if you just come to this storage section, you see S3 here written.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can simply click on that S3, or you can just type S3 in this find services section, and then you will have S3, right? So just click that S3, right? So that very first screen, right, that was AWS console. You want to go back to that AWS console, you click on this icon. So you are here, AWS management console. So this is AWS management console. From here, you have access to all the resources, all these services. AWS management console. From here, you can access the different types of services. Say like you're interested in recently which service, now it is coming as S3. Say like I am interested in S3 service, so I click on S3, right? So now I have Amazon S3 console, right? So it says continuing to improve S3 console to make it faster and easier to use. You have feedback and all. S3 replication lets you simply copy objects from one S3 bucket to another bucket or something. So like this, they are telling the things. I just closed it. Now, so understand that I have come to this S3 console. So what was that initially? Whatever we got first, where we have all the services, that is called AWS management console. And when we are going to a particular service, right, S3 service, like for example, then that is console for that S3, correct? Now we are dealing with only S3, and we are going back, say like this icon is there, we go like this, and this is AWS management console or AWS console, or simply say console. So that is like the main page, right, from where we have access to all the services. Now from here we have access to only S3 console. Understood? Easy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So here this is Amazon S3. S3 means 3 times S. S3 means simple storage service. Simple storage
Storage services.
services, right? So here what will happen? There is a concept of some bucket, right? So we'll create some bucket. In the bucket, we will be storing the object, right? So we'll have some kind of basic object storage service, that is called S3, right? So for now you don't have to get into too much of detail of S3, because we'll be taking up S3 in so much of detail. But for now you just have to understand that this S3 is something related to storage. Okay, simple storage service. So in this we can store some object, we can store some files, we can keep some data, right? We can put some image, we can put some kind of storage. How you have Google Drive and all, right? What do you do in
Yeah.
the Google Drive? You put something, you keep something, right? So like
Mm.
that, we have this simple storage service. In this, we create some buckets. So buckets are like kind of how we in our system C colon D colon we are having, in that we create some directory and then we keep some kind of information, right, in our partition. So like that, we have the bucket, right?
So they just have the new name for folder and directory. They keep as a bucket.
Correct. So just you understand this bucket is kind of a container, the kind of
Mm,
basket.
mm,
In that we
mm.
will be putting some files and no objects and all those things, right? So simply you have to click on. See, some of the things are already created for some kind of buckets are there. I'm keeping some logs or some kind of information here. So if you want to put something, so you have to click on create bucket. So all of you just click on create bucket,
Okay.
right? So now it asks for bucket name, right?
Yeah.
So bucket name must be unique and must not contain space or an uppercase letter or something.
Okay.
Now you have to keep in mind that this bucket name is unique, right, across the Amazon, right? It's not like for you or me, it will be unique. It's unique across the AWS. So this name must be completely different. If
Some
somebody has
rules.
taken that name, you cannot take that name.
Okay.
So you have to create a unique name for your bucket. Whatever combination you can put, there will be rules for bucket naming. You just click on that bucket naming rules, right? There are standards which will automatically stop you. If you just try to give something wrong, it will not take. So you will understand. Now, following rules apply for S3 bucket 3 to 63 character. You can have lowercase letter, number, dot, and hyphen. Only these things it should take. Bucket names must begin and end with a letter or number only. Must not be formatted as IP format like this. It should not be formatted. Bucket names can't begin with X and dash dash for bucket created after Feb 2020. Right. So now they have given
Mm.
restriction also. Now bucket names must be unique within a partition. A partition is a grouping of regions. AWS currently has three partitions: standard regions, China regions, and government cloud. Now you have to understand we are using standard regions, right? So for standard region means kind of across the AWS only, right? Because whatever regions are there, we are having a lot of regions. So global region we are using. So in that we are
Yeah.
it needs to be unique. So it must be unique across the AWS for you. Now buckets used with Amazon S3 transfer acceleration can't have dots. For more information about transfer acceleration, learn this. So transfer acceleration, I will be explaining you. So now these are the basic rules. Now, based on that, you just give some name to the bucket, right? Just choose some name. Just give like my bucket hyphen say h hyphen today is say like 5 12 like that. Just saying like that, my bucket hyphen h hyphen by 12. So it should be unique only. Now region is Mumbai, AP, South one. Right. So I'll keep that as Mumbai only. Copy settings from existing bucket or something. So I'm not copying right from anywhere. Now you look at this, some options are there. Block
Yeah.
settings for block public access. You want to block all public access. You don't want anybody to know access your bucket. So this is the basic validation. Turning these settings on is the same as turning on all the settings below. Each of the following settings are independent of one another. So you want to block. If you don't want to block, then you have to say I acknowledge that current settings might result in a bucket that will have public object. But we don't want that, right? So we want to block all public access. We don't want everybody to access that. We just want to access ourselves. Now there is a concept of bucket versioning. Google Drive
Sorry,
also.
sorry,
Yeah.
Harish. What is it?
Which
Choose
one?
bucket. What we need to choose? Choose bucket.
Choose bucket we don't have to do. Choose bucket is like copy settings from existing bucket. So we
From
don't have,
existing,
you
right?
don't
So
have
we
any
don't have.
existing. Yeah, this is
Okay, okay, okay.
optional.
We just go. Okay.
Yeah, just skip that.
Hmm.
So you
Okay.
don't have any bucket, say like, so it is not relevant for now, right? So if it is there, say like you have existing bucket and you have certain settings, you have certain policies, you have like no, it is enabled, disabled, all the settings will be taken from there, right? Now here, let it be blocked. Let this tick be there so that your bucket will not be publicly accessible. Now look at the versioning. Any idea what is versioning?
Yes, if you keep on changing, version number will be changing, right?
Correct. You just keep the same name file, it will be created as different version.
Yeah.
Different version of the same file. One document you are creating, you are making some changes, you are putting it again another version. Somebody else is modifying that document and again putting in the same location. So how we have box, right? How we have Google Drive. So like that, when you put some file and you put the same file again with the same name, again it will have different version, right? So you can retrieve the original version, right? If some mistakes have happened, so you will know what had changed. So there is concept for bucket versioning, right? So you want to enable that versioning, you can just click on enable. Just choose enable.
Yeah.
I'll show you versioning also. Okay, so now tags optional. So there is concept of tag because it's like kind of object storage. You are putting all the data there. So you can put some tag, right? Track storage cost for other criteria by tagging your bucket. So using the tag, you can track the cost of storage. Say like you have some finance department, you have some kind of some accounts department, some HR related thing, or maybe based on some other criteria, development related, production related, whatever. So some files you are putting, some objects you are putting, if you give some tag to it, right? So later you can see what is the cost for the objects, right? No, based on certain tags. So for this production thing, how much storage is taken? For non-production, how many objects are there, and how much space is taken? So you can do certain analysis. So that is tag. So you can give some
So,
keyword value in that for the tags.
so this one, sir. Suppose if you have multiple buckets, storage buckets
Yeah.
for different purposes. So all these buckets can come under single tag, right?
No, you have to give some tag, no tags associated with bucket. So you have to give some kind of key, right? And then
Yeah.
some kind of value. So
It's for identification purpose, right? For us. Yeah.
identification purpose. So
Uh,
if you give some kind of some value, right, which will make some sense, say like, I just say like name, and then I say it should be for personal use, right? And then I say like add tag. So this will get attached to that particular bucket, and then you can have different
okay.
tags for objects, like if you wish, further
Okay.
tags.
Okay.
Now, based on this, I will show you how it is useful with respect to
Uh,
certain evaluation,
okay.
some
Okay.
kind of
So
personal.
when they calculate, if you suppose if you use more than free, right? Free. After free is over, right? Then if there is money, right? So they calculate based on this tax, right, and send to us
No, they
like
will not
that.
do any calculation. See, if we
Uh,
are giving the tag, see, because this is object storage, so you are simply
yeah.
keeping some all the thing in one bucket only, right? It's not
Yes.
a hierarchical structure. Say like now in your system, you are creating some different kind of folders.
Folders.
In that folder, you are
Yes.
creating some different files, separate file for some purpose, separate files for some purpose, right? Here,
Yes.
this is kind of one box. In that, you are keeping everything. Correct?
Okay. Okay.
Now, if it's simply throwing, say like you have on Google Drive, you are putting everything. Now you
Yeah.
want to analyze, right? You any kind of thing. You want to analyze the kind of cost, space taken by all those, or you want to apply some kind of policy based on that. You want to give access to somebody for all the objects that has some particular tag, or you want to delete all the objects which are having some particular tag, or you want to change the storage level, right? No category of the storage. You want to send it, archive it. You want to do something. So a lot of things are there. So I'll just show you. So how based on the tags we can
Okay.
manage it. So your management of the particular bucket or management of the object will become easier with the tag. Okay, so you are tagging it, you are giving some kind of key value pair, right? So that you can say like you want to delete all the objects, all the buckets with particular tag, right? So you can do that. I'll show you all those things practically. So for now, you just
Okay.
understand this is important, right? Though it is optional, but this will be useful. Many places, this is going to be very much helpful. Now you have encryption. So for now, you just keep it disabled, but I will be explaining you about the encryption. There will be different types of encryption. Server side encryption it is talking about, right? So here in the bucket, you can have server side encryption. If you enable it, you have different options how to encrypt the data that is kept at rest in the bucket. So whatever data is kept there, so that will be encrypted, right? So now you keep it disabled. Just look at the advanced settings, right? You have some object lock and some other features. So that is you just skip it for now, and now just keep it disabled, keep advanced settings like this, and after creating the bucket, you can upload files and folders to the bucket, configure additional bucket settings. Simply you just click on create bucket. Okay, so nothing is there, simply name, region, right? And then what? Block, bucket versioning, enable, then one particular tag or something again, and then default encryption disable, like that. Okay, so just click on create bucket. Now what it says? Key. I clicked on add tag or something, so this one another thing also came. So because of that it is asking. So you can add multiple tags. It's not necessarily only one tag. You can also say like department, right? Department, right? You can say what? Your choice, right? You can have multiple, one more like that. So you can give more than one tag to the particular bucket or object. So I'm not giving, I'm giving only one now. Create bucket. Just click on create
Yeah,
bucket.
I didn't give any tag, so then
That
now
is
it's
also
created successfully.
later also you can give, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you got
Yeah, I can
your
see.
bucket here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You also got that with us? Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So just see this bucket. If you just click on this, right? So you have certain option. You can empty it, you can delete it, you can copy the region, resource name, right? ARN, or you have like this is to refresh the page. So this is to delete the bucket. But if you just want something in that bucket, click on that bucket. Click on the bucket.
Yeah.
So what is
Yes.
there? In that you have various
Yeah.
options, properties, permissions,
Overview.
metrics, management, all those things, right? So in this object, you have, so this is the overview of the bucket. So ARN, Amazon resource name. This is unique name. Using this, it can be accessed by anybody, even from the other place. You want to access this particular bucket. So this will be the ARN to access this. Now Asia Pacific, Mumbai, that is the region, creation date, some access date, lot of things have come. Right? So you have object, list, persons, actions, create folder, right? Upload. What do you want to do here? You want to upload something, right? In that, how will you upload? You can click on upload and you can do it, right?
Yes.
Or you can drag or something, you can drag and drop also, right?
Yeah, drag and drop also.
So just try to do some kind of drag and drop. Just create something on some file, some text document, test.txt. In that I'll just put some test1, and then I'll just try to drag it. See, drop the file and folder you want to upload it. Simply dragged it. So what it says, it is coming here, right? Add the files like this, and then it is coming.
Is there any limit in terms of size, or
that will be a lot of with your free tier, you mean?
I mean here uploading have any size limit or no?
There will be some limit, but we have some that will be in terabyte, right?
Okay.
And we have the options here, like if you want to upload bigger size, so for that we have another options also, right? So efficient options, we can do it in parallel, right? And lot of things are there, so we'll get into the detail of it, right? So no worries. So for now, just tell me, this has got uploaded?
Yeah.
So what it says, what is the size?
For me, it was 0 size. I mean 95.0 bytes.
Okay. So it came for you, Dharma?
Yes, sir. I'm doing it.
Yeah, please.
Can't we upload the same file?
Yes. You want to upload the same file one more time?
Yeah.
So you can just say like, no, now test2, save it, and then put it one more time. So this is done, right? Succeeded. Now just, this is your bucket, right?
Yeah.
So only one thing is there as of now. Now you just drop it one more time. So it says upload. So see, now again it has come, succeeded, right?
Yeah.
So you have this particular test.txt 1241, right? So now this is the current one, right? So if you say list versions, then it will show you the 2 versions.
List 2 versions, right? Okay.
Yeah. If just it is hidden, then it will not show. It will be like test.txt, right? So if you just click on that, right? So it will tell you the details. S3 URI, right? Then all these details of the thing. Storage class, all these concepts we will be learning about the particular object, right? So
But the file content will not be visible, right? We have to download and see, right? Like that.
See, you have it is whatever you are putting in S3, that will be accessible over the HTTP, right?
Okay.
Right. So how we have get and put request, right? You want to get something, you want to put something, right? So like that. So you have the access, say like you have the test.file. So it shows here the S3 URI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And here you see object URL. So this is something like no S3 URI. Now you want to access it. Okay. Now you just see what happens. Just try to. No, that is not. So it's not accessible. This is like no referenced within that AWS. Just text this one object URI. Just click this link. So it says access denied. You know why?
Because this is private, right?
Yes. So what we had done? We had done that block all public access, right?
Yes, correct.
Now this is the HTTPS, correct?
Yes.
So through HTTP, right, you can access this. However, we have not given the what permission.
Access, yes.
While creating that bucket, what did we do? We made that
Private.
private. We didn't make it public. And then for this object also simply we uploaded. We have not given any permission, right, to access it over the web, right? However, we can enable it and we can give that option, right? So for now, right, you have this
Permission.
yeah, say like you have this file, right? So you just select this, right? And then you have a lot of options here. You see calculate, copy, move, query, download as, right? So edit, storage class,
Make
edit server side encryption, right? So make public, right? So you can make that public, right? So public access is blocked because block public access settings are turned on for the bucket, right?
Bucket.
Right. So to determine which settings are turned on, check your bucket settings for block public access, right? So like that you have option to make it public, right? So if you make it public, then what will happen? Failed to edit public access. Why? What's happening? Because it is blocked at the bucket level.
Yeah.
Correct or not?
Yes, yes, yes.
So now
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to understand the hierarchy of the access. How it is accessed based on the permission on the file and then permission on the bucket in which it resides. So that is the level of security, right? So it will be
So first is we have to give the access to the bucket, then we have to give the file.
Correct. So it will be inherited the security, the option that access option will be inherited from top to bottom level, right? So we have no permission, right, to do that, right? So test.txt, if you just try like this, so you can simply see this, right? And you have the lot of features here. So you are understanding how we can keep the object there, how we can use some basic service, how we can use, say like from the console we went and we chose the service and then we went to that particular service and in that service we try to do something, correct? So you have a basic clarity of
Yes.
how we are going to you do the hands-on, how we are going to practice some particular service. So we have to go to the console, right? And from the console we have to go to the service console, right? And then from there we can use the features, right? So this S3 we are going to cover in detail, right? So no worries about that. Okay, clear, right?
Yes.
Now we will see some
Sir, one question. One question. How are you changing the file permission?
Permission for which file? Permission for the file that we are keeping to make it public access?
Yeah, the file under this the bucket.
Yeah, see, you have the bucket, right?
Yeah.
So this bucket, you have properties, permissions, metrics, management, access point, lot of things are there, right? So say like you have the versioning thing. How we have given that versioning? You have permission.
Yeah.
So block public access is enabled, right? On, right?
Yeah.
So you want to if you disable it, what will happen?
Everyone can
Anyone can access.
Four things are there. Block public
Yeah.
access to buckets and objects granted through new access ACL. Block no public access like this granted through any access control. So a lot of things are there. So we will be learning each and everything, right? How to do things. But
So it
just
means
like you
it's
simply
not
want to unblock,
uh,
yeah, simply you can unblock here.
it's
Simple.
the permission. So we are setting at the bucket level, not at the file level.
File level also you are setting. See, depends. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's like first thing is at bucket level, then comes at the object
Okay.
level. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if bucket doesn't have the permission, then file, if you try to give
All the
permission, that
yes,
will
yes.
not make sense, right? Bucket should have the access. It's kind of home is locked. In that home, there is a cupboard. Cupboard is also locked. Now,
Yeah.
if you open the cupboard and person doesn't have access to the home, he cannot take anything from the cupboard, right? So similar to that.
Yeah. Right.
So this is like for bucket, if you want to give the successfully edited bucket settings for block public access. So like this you have removed that option. Say like now this is block all public access is removed, right? So there's the bucket policy. Then comes the concept for policy, provide access to the objects stored in that bucket. Yeah. So we will be learning about all these policies and permissions and metrics and management application life cycle, how we objects are kept and how it will go to different kind of storage classes. What are the storage classes? There will be different categories of storage. So something will be cheaper, some storage will be costlier. What kind of information you are having, you want complete access. So based on all those things, we have the details of the storage, right? So we'll be taking up S3 storage and other storage services separately. For now, just wanted to give you a hang of how we can access a service. So just keep this much information for now. Now let's look at so whatever object you are having, right? So how you can deal with that. Whatever object is there, you want to delete it. So you have the option, right? So what we are looking at: creating bucket, uploading object, viewing object, copying an object, testing versioning, deleting object and bucket. So we can, you want to delete something in that, this one. So you have option to delete, right?
Yes.
You want to delete some particular version. You want to delete this one, you can delete that. You want to delete this one, you can delete that. So whatever things you want, based on that you can do. Right? So you have the features, right? So now say for example, right, you want to delete that. We'll be hosting website also on this, right? So you have option, you have to type it. So just like accidentally you don't do it, so for that reason they are giving you option. So what you have to type? Permanently delete. This much you have to type, or you can copy also actually. You should have option here. They're changing every day something. So permanently delete. This you can copy and you just say delete object. What happened? Successfully deleted
Yes.
objects, right? So now you have only one. This version I have done, still it is showing the one that was created later, right? So here you have, now you have make public, right? So you have this, now you can make that public also. When public read access is enabled and not blocked by public access settings, anyone in the world can access the specified object, So if you make it public, what will happen now?
Anyone can.
Yeah. So anybody can open that link. See, test to return, right?
Yeah.
Now if I give this to you, I'll just ping it to you. What will happen to this?
I mean, in the chat.
Yeah, let me share that in chat. So you can just try that. Just try that link.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Open. Test 2.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so it will happen like that. So if you don't want your content to be accessible by anybody, right, then you have to disable that. Right. So you just have to disable that access. Close that window. So let's go there, right? So I'm going as IAM user. You are using root, right?
Yes, yes.
So what I am doing, there is a concept called IAM, right? So identity and access management. So that I will be explaining to you, right? So for me, like I have Excel. So in this, I have the link for my console login thing. So once you also have user, right, it's the best practice to use the normal user, not the root user. So root means all the privileges. So
Yeah.
everything will be there. So I want like admin1 as the username, and I just enter the password. So just use like this. See, you just went through root user. I'm just going through account ID, and then I'm giving the IAM username and then password with the some admin related
But
privileges.
we have not created, right? I mean,
No, not for you.
okay.
You have accessed using the root
Root.
account. So
Yeah.
that root account will have all the access,
Okay.
everything. You can they can close the account also.
Okay.
So if your root email, whatever is there, with that you logged in, right? If that is compromised, what will happen? Everything is gone only.
Yeah.
All data, all thing, everything will be gone. So that's not the best practice actually, right? So in the next sessions, right, we will be looking at how we can how we can create the accounts for separate purposes. In our organizations also we are having, so for that we are
Yeah.
having here IAM option. See, IAM. So that is just another service. So in place of S3, I just chose IAM. Right? Then it shows me users, groups, like that we can create different users and groups. Right? So S3, I have made that public, right? So what we will do, we'll go back and we will make it that public access. No, I will disable. So how do I disable? I go there, permissions,
Permissions.
edit,
Block.
block
Okay.
all public access,
Yes.
and then save the
Yes.
changes. Now it will ask me to confirm. So I'll just say confirm and it will confirm. So successfully edited bucket settings for block public access. So now, so we have the one particular object here for now, right? So they have been doing multiple changes actually, right? So see object actions, calculate total size, copy, query with S3 select, download, make that. So download. So you can open with Notepad or you can save. So then you have the things, encryption and all that. Fine. So you have got a hang of this, right? Now let's look at some other testing. Versioning we tested, right? You saw it, right? Deleting
Yeah.
the object also. And so there is something called launch EC2 Windows instance and install AWS CLI v2 on Windows instance. So let's try to launch an EC2 Windows instance now. So we'll be launching various instances, Linux instance, Windows instance, a lot of instances we will be launching, right? And then we will be testing with that, right? So just launch one EC2 Windows instance and then see how it works. So, for launching that Windows instance, what do we need to do? We require EC2.
Type EC2.
Yeah. So, Nataraj, just type
Yes,
EC2
sir.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
Now go to that service. Different services we are having, right? So, we have instance running, nothing as of now, correct? So, in the instance section, you see, nothing is there. Correct? So, I have some AMI. See, for Linux, I have some AMI. This is image that we had created in the previous session. So here, so anything as we were learning, right? We will have some kind of image, right? Some kind of, from that image, what we will do? We'll launch some instance. We'll create some virtual machine, right?
Yes.
So how we will launch? You have option to launch instance. We just click on launch instance.
Yeah.
Then
Select.
just what you want. Some kind of Windows, Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base AMI, something is there, right?
Yeah, base containers.
Correct.
Base with
See,
containers.
Microsoft Windows Server base, this one,
Okay.
not the container one.
Okay.
This one. This is a very basic one. We don't want container. So Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base. So it says free tier eligible. You see this logo here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free tier eligible. Right? Here you see virtualization type, what it is.
HVM.
Correct. So this is HVM type. The other one was para virtualization, right? So this is HVM type, right? Now just choose this, select this, click on that select.
Okay.
See what it says.
T2 is free tier eligible.
Correct. Now you have the free tier eligible. This is free tier eligible.
Yeah.
We say configure instance details. So just let that be T2 type, right? And that be free tier eligible, right? Say configure instance details. Come to the next one.
Yeah.
So we are not going in detail of anything, right? We will be doing it multiple times, right? Multiple Linux instances also we will launch after this, right? So I'll be explaining you everything in detail. Don't want to make it very lengthy for you in the beginning. Just you have to get some kind of used to the environment. So now you just get used to this environment. Here configure instance details, configure the instance to suit your requirements. Number of instance is 1. Purchasing option, spot instance. I'll be telling you what is spot instance. Just leave it. Just forget things here for now. So subnet, just look at it. What it says, 3 different subnets are there. Default in AP South 1B, and where you are creating this EC2 in Mumbai region.
Mumbai, yeah.
Correct. So number of instances, how many instances you are creating? Only 1. Correct.
Yeah.
So see auto scaling and all. So everything will be learning what is auto scaling, how we are we will configure it. So for now we are just creating one Windows instance for us, right? Quickly we will do it. So subnet, it says no preference. However, you see 3 options are there, right?
Yeah.
AP South 1B, AP South 1A, AP South 1C. These 3 things are actually 3 different availability zones.
Okay, yeah.
So there will be one VPC, virtual private cloud. In that there will be different subnets. So different subnetwork, small networks are created. That all one subnet is corresponding to one availability zone. So how many availability zones are there in Mumbai
3.
region? Mumbai region 3. Correct. What is the name?
It is showing AP South, right? So it should be
Hours.
like Hyderabad, right?
Hours only. AP South.
Okay.
South means like for India it is Hyderabad, but for world it is AP, right? Asia Pacific South.
Yeah.
So that is hours actually. Yeah.
Okay.
See here, we'll have no options here.
Yeah, yeah,
So
got it.
AP South 1. So our region code is AP South 1. Hong Kong is East 1, right? Seoul is Northeast 2, like that. US East 1, US East 2, like that. So our no, Hyderabad, I think it will take another 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 to 2 years. So you have like 3 availability zones here, right? So no, you can choose it, right? You want to create in AP South 1B availability zone or 1A availability zone or 1C availability zone, or you can simply say no preference, default subnet in any availability zone, right? Because it doesn't matter for us where we want to create our availability zone. We don't have any other resources kept anywhere else, right? So it doesn't matter for us. We will simply say no preference, so that wherever there is no more servers available, more resources available for Amazon, they will select it, right? So simply leave it. Now use subnet setting, right? So just I'll explain you this option when we are creating the subnet. So we'll create some virtual private cloud of our own. In that we'll create different subnets, right? There will be some setting for subnet, right? Use subnet setting, enable or disable, right? So simply we can leave it like that. Whatever is the subnet setting by default, that is some VPC and some subnet is already created for us, right? So let it be default, right? Capacity reservation, domain name, category, IAM, role, right? All those features, just simply leave that. See this termination protection. Protect against accidental termination. When you try to delete, no, it will ask you. First you disable that accidental termination option, then only you can delete. Like that it will ask you. So it's okay if it gets deleted, doesn't matter now. So simply leave all these things, right? Advanced sections, you have certain options, right? So we're looking at it. Now what we have done, nothing, no changes we have done here, right? So just simply configuring the instance details, whatever details, right, for the instance that we can choose here, right? But we are not choosing anything for now, just keeping like number of instance 1. This is the third page, right? So what is there on the first page? What was there on the first page? Selection of the AMI. The
Yeah.
most important thing is to choose the Amazon machine image, AMI. AMI, what is AMI? It is a template that
Template.
contains the software configuration, operating system, application server, application. So everything, whatever you are having, the installed component, everything, you are making one image, you are making one template, right? So with that template, this is the option from where you can install some machine. There is no other option. Using an AMI only, you can just configure one instance. You can create one instance in AWS. This is the beginning point. AMI is mandatory, right? From AMI we create server VM, and from that VM we create AMI. So this is the cycle here. So you can select an AMI provided by AWS, user community, marketplace, or you can select one of your own AMIs. I was just showing, I have some AMI, so I can use my AMI to create that also. So depends on that. My AMI, AWS Marketplace Community AMI, like that. Now you can choose free tiers only, right? So what you have chosen? You have chosen the Windows one, right? Windows Server base one you have selected. Then you have chosen the free tier, right? This is free tier eligible T2 micro. So you have different sizes here, right? So there's a different family, right? Instance family, what kind of instance that is, right? Then what type of instance, right? What is the size of the instance, micro or large or medium, right? So based on that, right? So I'll be explaining you all this ACT related things in detail. Just see here, go to third step, go to the fourth step, add storage. There. Came to fourth step, Dharma.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we choose our S3 bucket? What you created just before this?
Dharma, you came to EC2?
No, I came to add storage, fourth page.
You are on 4th page for EC2, right?
Yes, yes.
S3 we are not discussing now.
Okay. Because no, when it says storage, right? So I'm just asking you, can we choose the existing one what we created?
Okay, got it. So, okay, I understood. So that
No,
S3
maybe.
is object storage actually.
Okay. Oh,
So
this is for EC2 storage. Okay.
no, so there are different types of storage, right? So I will be,
Hmm.
explaining
Okay.
you in detail about the storage types, right?
Sure.
So I'll just show you just one, for instance, I'll just show you here, just basic, little bit of basic, right? So just see here, just let me, see here, you have no kind of EFS, right? You have kind of S3 and you have kind of EBS, right? So just see here this EBS, right? How you have your hard disk, how you have your SAN, right? Storage, right? All those things where you can do installation, right? So that is EBS. Now what we were looking at S3, no, that is what? Object based storage. We were creating bucket, no?
Yes.
In that bucket we were keeping some files. We are keeping snapshot.
Yeah.
Snapshot is a kind of backup. That backup we are putting in that bucket. We can put something in there, but that is not for use by a system. That is not for booting an operating system or something. So for booting operating system we are using EBS. What is that? EBS.
Yes.
Static block storage. So that is block level storage. How hard disk will be there, right? So it just consider this S3 as kind of Google Drive or something.
Okay.
So Google Drive and all, it is kind of no, you are simply putting something, keeping something, storing something, right? Not for booting your machine, right?
Yes.
Similar to that. So S3.
So now
Yeah.
Amazon EBS is there, right? So there we
Now
are creating
EBS.
this EC2 instance.
Yes. Now that EC2
Okay.
instance we are creating, no, that will use this EBS storage.
Okay. Yeah.
Getting it? So
Yeah, get it.
that will use EBS storage. Now
This is sorry to
yeah,
interrupt.
tell
This
me.
is kind of hypervision. I
No,
mean that software in the morning session you explained, right?
no. Kind of see how we are installing some operating. You have a laptop,
Yeah.
right? Now you want to install something in that,
Yeah.
right? How you will install? In the laptop, you want to install something, correct?
Yes.
What you will do? You require a hard disk in your laptop, right?
Yes, correct.
So in that laptop, you have hard disk, you have CPU, everything. You
Yes.
have to install that OS in your hard disk on it, right?
Yes, correct.
Same thing we are doing.
Okay.
See, we are doing installation. However, right here, from by putting the CD or doing that flexibility we are not having in the AWS. So what flexibility we are having? They will give you some kind of AMI. That is Amazon Machine Image. That will be AMI. Now that is a template. Some for Windows you want, for Linux you want. Which version of Windows you want, which version of Linux you want, what you want exactly. You want the operating system, you begin from the AMI only. So you want to install something, you want one operating system, you have the image available already, right? Now you choose that image, and then you have to decide how much hard disk you require, where you want to install your OS, which section, right? So now this says volume type root, device is dev SDA1, snapshot something is there related to that. Now 30 GB size. Now general purpose SSD, see this GP2.
Yeah.
This is a part of block device, that is GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2, standard, like that. So many options are there. So this GP2 is free tier. So free tier eligible everywhere, wherever it is not relevant, they will give you some guidelines. So free tier eligible customers can get up to 30 GB of EBS. See, I showed you EBS, no?
Yes.
So EBS general purpose SSD, solid state device. It will be fast, no?
Yeah.
So we are getting free tier eligible. No, customers are getting up to 30 GB. So this is what 30 GB size, right?
Yes, correct.
So okay, right?
Yeah.
We will not be charged now. So this is the thing. But this SSD, general purpose SSD GP2 is mainly the EBS. What it is? EBS.
EVS.
So that's what I was showing to you. It is EBS. So we have various storage offerings. So in this, ours where we are doing the installation is EBS. That is Amazon EBS. What we were saying earlier, that was
Yes.
S3. That was just for block storage, just for keeping some arbitrary data there. Okay. Now there is some concept of EFS also. So EFS is what? NFS you heard, no? NFS share.
No.
Say like you are creating say like your application is running and it wants to access some file, right? On one server you are creating one
NTFS.
NFS and network file system, and then it is the same thing is stored, shared across different machines. Same share is mounted on different systems, and then that is accessible. The same partition, the same file system is accessible from 10 different machines.
Yeah.
Shared file system.
Okay.
So that is NFS. That is here EFS, elastic file system. It's like NFS file system actually. Is EFS. So again, that is not for installing the operating system. That is to be used by application or by the people. That is shared file system. This EBS is for accessing the file system or this kind of standard storage where we can block level storage, that is. So here we are creating 30 GB delete on termination, throughput encryption. We're not doing any encryption. This IOPS is like input output per second. So that is the standard one for this. Okay, so this is the root volume. Root volume means what? C partition, right, in Windows. C drive.
Yeah.
So there only your operating system will be installed, right? C colon. In the C drive only you have operating system, right?
Yes.
So that will be installed here. That is the root volume, root partition, root volume. So this is the root disk. This is the device name. So in this device, your operating system will reside. This is the main volume. This is the main hard disk. You just consider this is hard disk attached to your laptop. Just consider like that. In this only you will have the operating system. So this is storage which is connected, right? Directly, attached directly, right? It's not in the cloud or something like how we have S3 publicly accessible and all. It's just part of your IaaS. It is part of your IaaS where you are provisioning it, you are going to use it, you are changing it, you are modifying it. This is the hardware resource, right? So this EC2 you are using as IaaS only, correct?
Yes.
Now add tags. See again the tag component, tag thing came, right?
Yeah.
So add tags. A tag consists of case sensitive key value pair.
Is it a mandatory?
Not mandatory, but if you put it, it will give meaning to your instance. So just say like name, give some name, right? And then you give some value. So
this should be unique or
not unique across AWS, just for your reference.
Okay.
So you just put Windows. Say like this is your Windows machine, right?
Yes.
So you say Windows, right? So for your volumes that will be tagged, and then your instance also will be tagged with this Windows, that value. Now you say configure security group. Now what is security group? What do you think?
It's a security group in sense maybe it should be public or private or something. Or
security group is a firewall.
Okay.
Right. So firewall means who can access, from where they can access.
Yeah.
So this is a firewall rule, right? Create a new security group, select an existing security group. So you can create a new security group. Say like I have some security groups created, right?
Okay.
So I have see WinSG, Windows security group for Windows instance I had created earlier. But anyways, like let me create new one only. So create a new security group. So I will say Windows hyphen Windows December, I'll say Windows DEC something. So it's okay. Windows DEC Windows hyphen DEC. So I will name like that, right? Now you also name something like that. So give some name to new security group. Keep some relevant name. Security group 1, 2, 3 like that. If you put no, later you will not come to know which security group is for what. Right? So security group is a firewall, right? It will give you the access to your instance, right?
Yes.
So you can access your instance. I cannot access your instance, right?
Yes. Yes.
See, if you just allow my IP, then I will access your instance. If you don't allow my IP, if you allow your own IP, then you can access your instance like that. Right? So it is like Windows hyphen DEC. Now let it be whatever. Now I will simply say like created on this particular date or time. Doesn't matter, some kind of information, whatever you wish, you can put here. You can just say like created on 5th December, and then you can say, right? That was also your choice. Now see this. What is RDP? You know RDP tool, right? Dharma, you're still there?
Remote desktop, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah. So this RDP tool, why do we use?
We can access anywhere.
Yeah.
We can access the machine from anywhere remotely.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want remote, desktop connection
Remote
for
desktop.
your instance, right? Correct. You can take the remote desktop for your machine, that Windows machine that you are creating. You want to do something on that, right? So you can take remote for that particular thing. So the port is for that RDP is 3389, right? Now source is custom, anywhere, or my IP. You see. So here if you say anywhere, then it is 00000. Anybody can access your instance. But you don't want that, right? You want only my IP. So whatever is your IP, that will come there. You try that.
So that will be my system IP.
Actually, that will be the public IP associated with your system that will be given by your ISP. So like when you are going outside from your machine, right? So there will be one IP associated, right? That is coming from the NATing concept. So one IP, this ISP will associate because without IP, you cannot access. Everyone cannot have a static IP, right? So whatever IP our system may be having, that will be our local IP, something 10.1, 192.168, something like that, right? So this IP is not that IP. This will come when you say what is my IP.com. Say what is my IP.com. If you just say what is my IP.com, right, it will tell you the Karnataka, Bengaluru, City Online, my public IP 103.5.19.122. See that 103.5.19.122, right? Same IP, right?
That one. Okay.
This is the IP, yeah. So that is the public IP associated with your system, right? For you it will be the same, maybe for your neighbor also it may be the same, right? So dynamically many people may be using that IP. It depends on ISP, so at least something is limited here, right? Everyone cannot access your system here, right? So you just choose my IP, right? And then you can say RDP or me. So at the time when you are using, so it will be assigned to you. You are using that. Once you stop using this IP, you just disconnect the internet, somebody else will take this IP. So that will be dynamically, natting I will be explaining to you. So I'll touch this point. Okay, so RDP for me, right? So only I cannot access for sure, right? I cannot access your system, and others also cannot access for now, right? Now you say review and launch. This might change, so you have to be careful. Sometimes what will happen? Now you have chosen this, this IP. This is, you have no control over this. Now this is allocated by your ISP. Now what will happen later? Your internet connection breaks or something, some problem on ISP, and they have done something. So this IP will change for you every time.
Okay.
So once this changes, you also cannot access your EC2 instance. Then you have to change that in your, edit that source IP in your security group. You have to go, you have to change it, then only you can do RDP to your instance. Right? So this is one troubleshooting step.
Can we make it as a static IP?
You have to assign one static IP. You have to purchase one IP and then assign that to your laptop.
Oh, okay.
Then only you can make that static, right? You are not having your laptop is not on internet with the static IP, right?
Yeah, correct.
Now you are using simply you are using the public IP given by the ISP, right? So that is natted one. Now you got this much.
Yeah.
And when I explain IP addressing concept, I'll go into detail. Okay, so you will understand how it happens, how this works, that IP addressing. So that I will explain in detail, no problem. Okay, so for now you just understand whatever is the IP mentioned here, right? From that IP only this particular instance that you are creating will be accessible. You can add multiple rules. You can choose different other ports, whatever you want to assign. But for us, for RDP is enough for now. We just want to take RDP of our instance. Click on review and launch. You can review here. Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base, free tier, right? Virtualization type. Root device type what? EBS. What it is? EBS.
EBS.
Virtualization is HVM, right? So
Yeah.
by now you have little bit of understanding that
Yes,
different types of storage are available. One storage is EBS type, that is block level, right? Another storage is S3, which is only for object level, right? Now instance type, right? So instance type is what? T2 micro. What kind of instance? What kind of machine is that, right? So it will be recognized with this, right? So this is general purpose, right? So micro is the size, so smaller size. So based on that, you will have one vCPU and one GPU memory, right? So this much of it. If it is large or something, you can have more CPU, more memory and all. So this much is given as free. So we are going for T2.micro only. So instance storage is EBS, right? Network performance low to moderate only. Security group we are having, whatever name we have given, and this is the permission for that security group. In instance details, we have not chosen many things. Simply, we have not chosen any preference. Whatever availability zone it gets created doesn't matter. Let it be created in 1C, 1B, or 1A. Now, storage is some 30 GB. This is GP2, right? General purpose. And then this is the delete on termination. When I terminate it, then it should get deleted. And this particular volume will be deleted. So, say like when you delete the instance, when you delete your virtual machine, this particular disk, that particular storage should also be deleted, right? It will free up the space. Otherwise, your limit itself is 30 GB. If you delete the virtual machine and don't delete this volume, it will be counted towards the billing, right? So it will be charged for that. And so that's why we have chosen this option, delete on termination. Anyways, like that storage, that block device, that hard disk, that thing will be associated for the purpose of installing the operating system in that particular machine, right? So anyways, like what will we do when we delete our instance? So let it get deleted. Name, some windows we have given, and then instance and volumes. So just say launch, right? Then comes the next thing. So what is the next thing? How do we access it, right? So otherwise anybody can access it, right? So another kind of validation here.
For me, it is coming no key pairs found.
This option didn't come.
No, when I click launch, it is showing, but one error with no key pairs found.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So here you cannot choose that, because see, for me something is there, no?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why it says
Yeah, for me,
choose.
for me,
Yeah.
for me also, I'm getting the same thing. No key pairs found. Yeah, because we haven't created it.
You don't have key pair, right? From advance.
No.
So you have to choose create a new key pair.
Yeah.
Okay, so you choose create a new key pair. So I had some key pairs already there, right? Some for Windows, for Linux, for something. So I keep on deleting. However, something is there. So I'm also choosing create a new key pair. So we'll give some name for Windows -DEC for December, right? So I just mentioned like that. Now create a new key pair. It will create a new key pair. So what is a key pair? In cryptography, right? We have no option for creating key pair, right? So there can be no symmetric key and asymmetric key, right? So asymmetric key means like two different types of keys, one for encrypting, another for decrypting, right? So you will have a concept for public key and private key. In Linux also we will be seeing, right? We will have one public key and we will have private key. So here in Windows it is a bit limited. It is just to get the password, right? This key we will download, and then we'll use this key, right, to download the password. So once our system is ready, we'll get the password. We'll use this key pair to get the password for the Windows instance that we are going to create, right? Once we have the password, we'll use the username and the password. But for Linux, what we will do, we'll download the key pair, public and private, and we will use the same key pair for doing SSH to our Linux machine, right? For Linux machine, we'll do SSH using the key-based system only. Okay. Please give me a second, right? So this no key pair, this public and private key pair. So this we will be using for downloading the password here. For Linux, it will be very much important because we will be using that public key and private key for doing SSH. We will not use password there, right? We will be using key only for authentication. So that's what feature available, right, from the AWS. Okay. So for now, just take a look. We have to download this. Just note that you have to download the private key file .pem file before you can continue. Store it in a secure and accessible location. You will not be able to download the file again after it is created. Okay. So this is the first and last time you are going to get this key. Based on this key only, you are going to get the password. If you are not downloading it, you will not get the password. Your instance will be of no use. Okay. So you have to download the key pair and keep it safely. So just click on download key pair, save file, say OK, and just put it in maybe some place. I'm just putting it in workspace, Windows -DEC on my desktop. So I'm just saving it. This is .pem. I just saved that. I'll just go there and I'll just check. So Windows -DEC.pem, this is the key. Okay. So I got my RSA private key here, right? That is created. Okay. Now what happened to that public key? Where will that public key be? That will be in the system. So
actually I just clicked it. Actually, it says no file found to open. So I think
you have to right click open with the notepad.
Oh, which one? You got downloaded, right, already?
Yeah.
So after downloading, what happened? You found the
It
like
says,
this?
yeah. Okay, I can.
Oh, so you may not have that icon here, right? It might be looking
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
program. So just do
Yeah, I
like this.
opened. I
Yeah,
opened with Notepad. Yes.
yeah. Now it will work, right?
No, no. I just download. It's there. Okay. What should I do after that?
Nothing. You have it or not?
Yeah, I have it now. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. It should be there. That's it. You should know the location. It should be there. Okay.
Okay.
Now what you do, you have no. Next thing is to launch the instances. So just click on launch instances. Okay. So what it is doing now? It is launching, right? If you just look at this view launch log, right, it says creating security group. So we wanted security group to be created, it got created. Authorizing inbound rules. So there will be some kind of inbound and outbound rules for the security group, right? So it has authorized, launches successful, launch initiation complete, get notified of okay, leave it. Now just go to services EC2. Just go to EC2 console now and click on that instances running. So see what it is saying, initializing, right?
Okay, one it is running. Okay, instances. It is running. Yes. Select.
Initializing, right? For you?
Yes, initializing.
See here. Please come to this page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's initializing. Yeah.
Initializing, right? So it is just initializing, and just you can differentiate, you can see it is initializing, right? So meanwhile it is initializing, look at certain things, details, instance details. It is Windows, instance state running. Public IP, did you get? Is it showing public IP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private IP?
Yes.
So what is public IP? Using public IP, you can access
I can
anything over
open.
the
Yeah, I
internet,
can
right?
access. Yes.
But using private IP, within the environment, you can access, right? But not from
Yes.
outside.
Yes.
Now, there is public IPv4 DNS name also. So, this is the entire big name, right? Using this name, you can access this particular, whatever is running on that system, that can be accessed using this particular name also. Public DNS, that is IP address. This is DNS, right? So
Yeah.
both are equivalent only. This is a name. This is also fully qualified domain name, right? And it is mentioned in the DNS. This is unique. So if you just use this, still you can access your system, or you use this public IP address. So this is also accessible.
Now
However,
status check has been 2 out of 2 checks.
oh, you got 2 out of 2. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So for me also it came now.
Yeah.
So for you it came.
Dharma.
Yeah, Dharma.
Yeah. Which one? 2 out of 2. What is this? 2 checks. Okay. Let me check.
You have to refresh.
Yeah. Just try to refresh. You will see it. Please let me know.
Yeah. Status check. 2 by 2 checks. Yeah.
Done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So status checks, if it comes 2 by 2, that means it is good, right? So what it is checking first, it will check for the connectivity, right? So whether your system is reachable or not, whether the network, right, is there or not, right? So if network service is running and then the network connections are established, then one check is good. Correct?
Yeah.
What is another
Okay.
one? Whether your instance is having any issue or it is working perfectly. So if your hard disk of that 30 GB hard disk you have in your system,
Yes. Yes.
if that crashes, then what will happen here? Only
It will
one will
come
pass.
in red mark. Only one it will be passed, I guess.
Then you cannot connect to the instance.
Yeah.
So there are two checks, one for the connectivity of your system, another for health of your system.
Okay.
Okay, so if both passes, then it will say two checks passed, right? So you see all this, all those details, public security group, this, that, launch time, Windows, this, right? So this is your account ID here on the top. So here you got all these features, right? Now you can connect to your machine, right? So how you'll connect? You just click on this instance ID,
Okay.
then you have option to connect, right?
Yes.
Click on connect.
Yes.
What it says? Session manager and
Yeah.
RDP client.
RDP client.
So SSM agent is not installed in your machine, right? You can install agent on both Windows instance and Linux instance. So this is session manager concept, right? This is one way of connecting, right, to your system. And what we are going to use is RDP client.
RDP. Yeah.
Download remote desktop file. You can connect to your Windows instance using remote desktop client of your choice and by downloading, running the RDP shortcut file below. And you have public DNS, right? Password, get password. So you can download that remote desktop file that will have some basic information, right? And using that, double click, and then using that icon you can connect to the system. Or you just get if you have RDP here in your machine, just if you try RDP, if it works, then directly you can use that. So first thing is, most important thing is to get the password. So click on get password. What it says?
We have to. I think we have to download. We have to.
You have to authenticate using the key that you had downloaded. Private key.
Yeah. Okay.
So once you say get password, here you have to say browse to your key pair or copy and paste the content of your key pair. So in that notepad, whatever was there, you can copy paste here, or you can simply browse, right? You can go to that key, it will come here.
Yeah. Decrypt password, right?
Right? Now you have to decrypt the password. So now that using the public key, it was encrypted. Using the private key, you are going to decrypt the password. So now you click on decrypt password. So got the password. You see, got the password for the system, and then you have the username, right? And you have the public DNS name also. So how you can you can download this remote desktop file. So
I
just
think
say
I
that
have RDP.
you have RDP.
Yeah.
So you have RDP, you can directly use it, or you can download and you can use that also.
Okay.
Windows.rdp. So say like on desktop, I download, say save, right? Then just copy. So you can keep this information, right? So you can copy this password, this public DNS, administrator user, this password, you can keep it safely.
Okay.
Right, so say like earlier I had that some username or something, so I will keep there only, maybe, or I will put for some Windows, I will not keep there, I'll keep it somewhere. So if not in the directory, what I will do, create some kind of text document only. Windows hyphen password.txt. So I'll put it there, right? So some big password, right? So just I have put it there, and I will keep this username, right? So what is the username?
Administrator, right?
Administrator. So instead of typing, I have just copied pasted it. So this is the thing, right? For now, like what is the this one I can leave it. I will just either I can copy from here. This can change. Right? So I will not
This I need to copy. I mean, public DNS I need to copy or not required.
This public DNS thing we don't have to copy from here.
Okay.
We will. This is done actually. We will cancel this for now, right? We don't want anything here. We have got the password. Now what we will do, use connect.
Okay.
We'll use connect, right? No, not connect. Now we'll use RDP. That's it. Now this is done. So everything is done. Now I have downloaded this windows.rdp just now. I can use this, or you can use RDP like this. See, I also have.
Yeah.
Simply you can use RDP, right? And then here, which computer you want to connect to, right? So that you have to take from where? Here, you have the public
Yes.
IP, no?
Public IP, private
Copy
IP.
this public IP. Use this copy button. Copy that public IP. Put that public IP here, right? Because every day it will be changing.
Yeah.
Now show options. In that show options, right? We will put administrator as the username, right?
1 second. It's a little bit fast for me. Okay. I just copied.
Yeah, just copy that public IP. Dharma, you are also following?
Yeah, I am following, but actually I am stuck up with this RDP client. I just download remote desktop file.
Huh.
So what should I do after that?
Yeah, so either you can use directly, or you can if you have, you just check if you have this RDP installed. It may be there. Windows 10.
Yeah, remote desktop one is there. Yes.
That's it. So you don't require that file also. If it is you have downloaded, you can just leave it. You can use this one, or you can directly use RDP client also. Anything is fine. So there you have to mention in the computer, you have to mention what? The IP address of your instance. This is the IP address, no? Public IP address. Public IP address only you should use. If you use private, it will not work. So either you use public IP address, use this copy button.
So this page connector instance, I just leave it, huh?
Which one?
That this page, the connector instance, we are there in that page, right? So just leave it there and get
this
IP,
page,
right?
you are there, this page?
Yeah.
So this you cancel.
Okay.
You got password, no?
Password, I just copied it, yeah.
That's it. You cancel it. It is of no use now. Right?
Now
that
I
is
need
done.
to check the IP address.
You need the IP address, public IP address. So just take the public IP address. You just select that Windows thing, and then it will show you the public IP address here. And you just use this copy option in there, no? Use this. Just click on that copy icon. It will copy. You can also use public IP DNS thing also. You can copy this also, maybe. Your choice. This is shorter, so I'm using this public IPv4 address. So simply copy this and put that
I'm
in
able to
RDP.
log in.
Good. So put that IP, mention administrator, right? Allow me to save credentials. You will be asked for credentials when you connect, right? So when I say connect, it will ask me the password. Right, so whatever password it is asking, right, so that I have to give. I have kept it here, right? So this is the password that I am having. So I'll just say that, what is that? More choices. Windows security. So that
There's
is like,
some certificate error.
so just here you have to be careful. Credential, while using the credential now, you have to be careful what you are using. So here administrator you have to use.
The identity of the remote computer cannot be verified. Do you want to connect anyway?
This is you got, right?
Yeah.
Say yes. Then it will launch that particular Windows machine for you.
Yeah, I think it's connecting.
Yeah. So you will have your Windows instance, right? No, available to you. So it's running Natras for you. You got this screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So we have our Windows machine running. Right. So this is good. We are good for today, right?
Yeah.
So we'll continue from here. So you connected, Dharma, it worked?
Yes, I connected. I entered into the PC. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you got the PC, right? So what you can do?
Just come out is normal. Just sign out and come out. Is it?
So you want to come out of that instance?
Yeah.
You can simply close that.
Okay.
Close
Now
the sign out.
no need to sign out. You just close it, and it will say remote desktop will be disconnected. It is disconnected. Now what you can do? It is selected, right?
Yep.
You can go to this action.
Okay.
It is selected. Go to action, and then see the no, not this one. Go to instance state. They have changed. So they are changing every day some features. So here you have option stop instance, right? So this is to shut down. See, this stop instance means shut down. Reboot means you want to restart.
Yeah.
Terminate means it will be, your instance will be gone only.
Okay.
So for now, what you can do, you can stop the instance.
Okay.
It will say to confirm that you want to stop, use the stop button. So you say stop. What will happen? Successfully stop. If you see this refresh, it is just now.
I think it's saying stopping. Yeah.
So once it is stopped, now if you
So
just
now,
see,
if we try now, then I think it will not connect, right?
it will not connect. It will not connect. It is stopping, right? So after some time, it will be stopped. You see, stopped. That's it. Shutdown. It is in shutdown state. Now, after some time, if you want to start and connect to it, how we did it, right? So what you can do? You can go to instance state, right?
Select. We have to
First
select.
you have to select and go to and start. Then you can follow the same RDP process, right, to connect to it. Clear?
Yeah.
Good, right? You're happy with today's content?
Yes.
Okay. So
I mean, it's day one, right? So little bit new topics for me. So yeah, I cannot say 100%, but yeah, I'm trying to get the few of the things.
Yeah, so for today, like these all things we'll be doing it many times, right?
Yeah.
And many such situation will come where I'll be explaining you things, right? So for today, I have not kept it very heavy. Just wanted you to have understanding of basics, and then doing some basic hands-on, right? So how to connect. So this is something, if you are not very much comfortable, so you just when you get a chance, right? So at least once before tomorrow's session, at least once you try to connect to your instance, right, using RDP. Just start your instance and connect to it, and then shut it down. Like that you can try.
Sure.
Right?
Where can we recall this video? I think
that video will be shared to you by the operations team, right?
Okay.
So
no problem.
Yeah. So let me stop the recording.